Итак, мы определились билдом. То есть билдом у нас все огонь. Мы будем идти на скорость. При этом скорость мы будем подпитывать тем, что высасываем кровь из врагов. И после этого стан. То есть с билдом более чем понятно. Так. Мы нашли нашего типа на кладбище. Поэта. Который явно нездоровой любовью ко всему происходящему обладает. Ему нравится что все умирает вокруг и идет эпидемия. И его вдохновляет это на написание новых стихов, текстов и песен. Ну, немножко такой странный человек. Вот живущий, скажем так, на кладбище, да? А судя по тому, что ему там комфортно, он там проводит большое количество времени. И кто из нас еще вампир? Ну, можно и так было выйти, ладно. Так, рядышком уже, да? Дом ударился. Все. Это тот дед.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Итак, я в доме. Надо обшарить все. Так, украли у врача монетки. Бесплатная медицинская помощь. Где это видно? Так.
It's locked, all right.
Закрыто. Скорее всего, там удобно это все. И что ты киваешь мне головой? Покивал, да.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Мистер Петреско. Ты слишком долго кивал головой, я тебя скипнул. Хватит кивать головой. Ну. Ты долго будешь головой кидать, нет? Так. Интересно, как раз этот гипноз? Вот немножко не понимаю. Так. Как повысить гипноз? Повысить гипноз.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Так, ну вот ее комнату мы ее там спалили. Так, что у нас тут лекарства, да? Ага, забрали. Тут монетки оставил. Вот он орет на всю эту. Хочу, говорит, пить, хочу пить. Таня, возьми, попей. Не видишь, тут грабят все. Я, то есть.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Еще что-нибудь?
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
Так.
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse.
Как он странно себя ведет, мне кажется, он вампир.
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor.
Он тоже что-то врезал.
He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
Такие глаза красивые у нее.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor.
Обезболивающего нет, адреналин есть. И какой я доктор? Хороший, плохой?
We've lost the pulse.
Хреновый я доктор.
He's gone, Doctor.
Зато
We did
обед.
everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Я думаю, связано что с вампирами
Here to
все-таки.
test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
Ладно, прекратите шантаж.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Так.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
О, уровень гипноза. Так, уровень гипноза повысился, да? Это хорошо.
It's a leech! Kill him! Over there! There's one of them vermin! Eat this!
Так, миссис подана. У нас тут труп. Я вообще мимо шел. Я вроде живой. Ты чё взял, что я труп-то? Нормальный мужик вообще он этот. Труп. Это все подстава.
See them fancy clothes? Oh, Christ!
Кусь.
Christ! He's dead!
Кусь-ням. Кусь, ням-ням-ням. Так, съели. Монетки. Так, а у тебя что, денег не было, что ли? Ах ты нищий. Дверь отперта. Так, мои любимые бачки. Обожаю лазить по ночным бакам. Так, что у нас по карте? Куда мне идти? Куда мне идти? В больницу, да? В больницу. Угу. Как лучше туда пойти? Сейчас я иду вот сюда. Переулками, да? Переулками. Хорошо, переулками. Так, а что, ты умер? Я хотел тебя съесть. Кто там наверху? Есть кто-нибудь наверху там? О, привет.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Эх, не могу ее доесть. Ладно.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Ну, ладно, повезло тебе. Повезло тебе, что ты умнее меня. Я б тебя съел. В какую сторону хоть идти? Налево. Эх, не так должен качаться гипноз, как тут показывает. Эх, не так. Могли сделать классическую прокачку гипноза. Чем больше юзаешь, тем больше прокачивается.
Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Leech spotted! Watch out!
Ну, там Там не страшно, пока там дерутся, я это самое там. И как туда к ним попасть? Как к ним попасть туда? Это обойти.
Let's see how it likes a bit of fire. Doesn't like fire.
Оп, я в домике, все, пусть.
Crush the leech, boys! Filthy fucking beast! Burn it! Yeah! That's what you do with leech. Die, vermin!
Палки.
Burn it, boys!
Так, обед.
Crush the leech, boys! Crush the leech, boys!
Еще ты, да? Окей. Кривая геолокация. Обожаю кривые геолокации. Самое лучшее, что можно сделать. Так. Надо попробовать собрать все, что с них упало, если вообще что-то с них упало и не пропало. Ничего на них нет. Отлично. Так. Нам идти сюда. Так, хватит меня бить. Я же могу тоже еще и кусаться. Вот так вот. Укусил. Видишь, укусил. Тоже вас кровь хватил. Вы думали, что я так не могу, а я могу. Так, все, не трогай меня. Видишь, я обедаю. Правило у нас. Есть же вампирское, да? Когда я ем, меня не трогай. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Кто меня ешь? Глупое животное вампирское. Как я удачно похилился. С зомбарей чаще падает дроп, чем с солдат. Так, это из-за этого крики вылетут, да? Открыто, что ли? Так, по-моему, Барагос был вот здесь. Но тут ничего сделать нельзя. 100% Барагос был там. А, нет. Здесь Барагос был. Восемнадцатый. Что ты видишь? Ой-ой-ой, как больно. Больно, покусаться нельзя. Теперь давай я тебя укушу. А? Обмен вкусный?
I'm sure Albert would like to know he's been accepted by the wet boot boys.
Обмен кусями. Это я тому чуваку отомстил, который меня завалил. Точно. Точно, это же замечательно. Пембургская больница. Я дома. Я бил кучу зомбарей, но я не заразился. Я молодец. Молодец я. Так, есть ли пациенты, которых можно сожрать? Доктор. Так, неизвестно. Ладно, надо с ним пообщаться.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Да, есть, я хочу тебя сожрать. Мне же надо где-то питаться, правильно? О, тут куча трупов. Так, давайте сразу сюда, чтобы поудобнее тебе лечь сразу.
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Ням-ням. Так. Кого еще из больницы туда вывести можно? Докторов не стоит. Так. Какую страшную дилемму ставит перед нами игра «Вампир», да? Либо прокачаться, либо пощадить людей, у которых целая жизнь. Боль вернулась.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Томас, ты воевал хорошо ради своей страны, повоюй теперь ради моей прокачки. Я хирург, но не пластический, поэтому я не могу тебе помочь лекарствами. Пошли обедать.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, good.
Уф. Крест Томаса, нифига себе, нифига себе. Так.
I cannot enter.
А, это на улицу надо выйти, да? Все, я понял. Ну-ка, медсестричка, она...
Good evening,
как?
Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Умная? Блин, она умная.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Гудбай, мисс Хокинс, умный мне не по силам и не по зубам. О, ты тоже обедаешь, да?
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Так.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
Так. О себе. Голос в моей голове.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Окей.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, They must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
О, меня еще и напоили чьей-то кровью.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Интересно, интересно.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Так.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Интересно. То есть они дружат с
Why did
эпидхариями.
you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Так, что такое скаль?
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Интересно. Так, я о Лондоне, да, спросим? Что стало с Лондоном?
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Так, сколько вампиров
Are
в
there
Лондоне?
many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Так, будут ли все они
Will they
добры ко
all be
мне?
as affable as you, my
Как в
lady?
«Сумерках».
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Так, и про охотников.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Ну, собственно говоря, я узнал
I
у
bid
нее
you
все, что
farewell.
только мог.
For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Угу. Давай пообщаемся,
Good
узнаем,
evening, sir.
насколько
I'm
ты
Dr.
силен
Jonathan Reed. I'm
психически.
new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I'd
Как
like to see
торговать?
your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Он
A
торговец.
reliable
Торговца
gun is
жрать
what
я не
everybody
буду.
needs these
Торговцу надо
days.
съедать, что у него есть. Рукоять. Ага. Ну, в любом случае, как ни крути, его съедать мы не будем. Нет, дубину я продавать не буду пока. Пока дубину не хочу продавать. Так. Кольцо. Портсигар. Навряд ли я смогу разбить, да? Ну ладно, пока оставим.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that
Это
caliber.
черный барыга. Black Drugs, поэтому.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital.
Какая
And
красивая.
who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Какая...
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of pustulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Ну, она, походу, реально сумасшедшая просто. Здоровье у нее нормальное, качество крови.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Так, ладно, посмотрим. Так. А вот, о том...
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr.
ладно,
Reed.
это не то.
Blood is the only drug I need.
Да, отличные вопросы. Нет, ну как бы я узнал о Томасе, но...
Tell me, Thelma,
Так,
why do you
почему у
feel
меня
so
подсвечивается
attached to
белым?
Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor.
Понятно. 1250. Так, или мы ее придержим чуть-чуть.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
I'll
Да,
leave
я
you,
чуть придержу.
Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Добрая сумасшедшая, мы тебя оставим. А потом сожрем. Так. Чё, люди где? Где люди? Мне пациенты нужны для еды.
It's locked.
Закрыто. Пойду с горя съем кого-нибудь. Так. Ага. Ну-ка.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Назад. О Лондоне, да?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place, and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Хоукрофт, это та девчонка, с которой мы сейчас общались.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Так,
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
угу.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Все, мы все узнали, да, по сути?
Goodbye,
Да.
Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Так. Бабулечка, привет. Да нет, лучше умрем от клыков. Давай, пойдем, пойдем. Я тебя согрею, я тебя люблю. Погнали. Клыки твой друг. Одеял твой враг. Я у тебя ничего не воровал, кроме сердечка. Эх, ладно. Ладно, Тельма. Не сюда. Оп, в кабинет к себе. Свинцовой пластины нету еще, да? Блин. Плохо. Так. А никак создавать эти вещи нельзя, к сожалению, да? Ну да. Так.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scows. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Что ему изучим? Здоровье, стойкость, кровь. Ага. Поглощение крови при укусе. Можно выучить просто удар. Мощный удар. Я считаю, это отличный вариант. Все, тут 3 кэса нужно, да? Так, поглощение... запас крови, урон, исцеление. Я бы исцеление выучил, на самом деле. Максимально укус будет 50% исцелять. Исцеление выучил. Так, это не хватит. Не хватит. Я думаю, тут ни на что не хватит. Угу. Да. Да, ни на что не хватит, поэтому окей. Угу. Меню горожан, то есть в стенде я не был еще, да? Угу. Блин, короче, понятно.